You're about to hear a story that will freeze your blood and make your eyes widen in fear. Imagine being alone in a restaurant after hours, when the lights start flickering and a heavy silence fills the air. Now, imagine hearing screams coming from the bathroom, a place that should be safe but hides secrets so dark no one dares speak of them. This is the true story of what happened that fateful night, where the ordinary turned terrifying, and the impossible revealed its darkest face. Brace yourself, because at any moment, fear may knock at your door, and it's about to come in. I never thought working the night shift at the subway on the corner of 5th and Maple would change my life forever. By day, it was just another sandwich shop, bustling with customers grabbing quick meals. But once the sun set and the last customer left, the place took on a completely different vibe. Cold, silent, and unsettling in a way I couldn't explain. I was usually the last to leave, tasked with locking up and cleaning the kitchen. At first, it was just routine, but then the strange things started happening. One night, as I was finishing up wiping down the counters, I heard faint footsteps in the kitchen. The store was supposed to be empty. I was alone. I told myself it was just my imagination, the old pipes settling or something outside. But the footsteps kept coming, slow and deliberate, and then soft whispers began to fill the air. I froze, listening hard. The whispers didn't form words I could understand, just eerie, breathy sounds that made my skin crawl. The lights flickered, and then the large metal door to the walk-in cooler, the cold storage room, creaked open by itself. I stood there, heart pounding, staring at the dark doorway. My instincts screamed at me to run, but something else made me step forward. I grabbed a flashlight from the shelf and slowly walked toward the door. The smell hit me before I saw anything. A sickly sweet stench, a mixture of rot and something burnt, like something decaying had been left too long. Inside the walk-in cooler, I shone the light around. Rows of shelves held expired sandwich toppings, old bread, and wilted vegetables. But at the far end of the room, I noticed something odd on the floor. Wet footprints that led to a torn, dirty burlap sack lying in the corner. The sack twitched. I hesitated, then edged closer. Suddenly, a pale, cold hand shot out from under the sack, fingers curling like claws. I nearly screamed but caught myself. The hand looked like it belonged to someone who had been dead for weeks. The skin pale and gray, veins visible beneath. I stumbled back, heart hammering in my chest. That hand was attached to a body, a corpse, wrapped in old food packaging and garbage bags. I don't know how long it had been there, but the corpse looked like it had been left to rot in that cold, dark room for months. I turned to leave, but suddenly realized something terrifying. The walk-in cooler door slammed shut behind me with a deafening bang. Panic surged through me. I rattled the handle, but it wouldn't budge. I was trapped in that freezing, suffocating space with a dead body. Then I felt it, a cold breath on my neck, and a faint whisper. "You shouldn't have come here." The temperature dropped even more, and the flashlight flickered, then died. Darkness swallowed me whole. For what felt like hours, I was trapped in that hellish freezer. Every time I tried the door, it held firm, and every shadow seemed to move. I heard faint scraping noises, the sound of something dragging itself across the floor just beyond my vision. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, as if a presence wanted me to join whatever nightmare was hidden there. When the morning crew arrived, they found the door wide open and me collapsed on the floor, shivering and incoherent. I tried to tell them about the corpse and the whispers, but they just shook their heads and said it was probably stress or the cold getting to me. The police were called, but by the time they investigated, the body was gone. No trace, no clues, just the faint smell lingering in the air. Later, I learned from older employees that years ago, a worker had gone missing from that very subway. No one knew what happened to her, and rumors spread that she was never found because something in that walk-in cooler kept her hidden. Since then, many reported hearing strange noises and feeling watched during late shifts, but no one dared to investigate. That freezer was sealed off, but the nightmares it left me with have never faded. Even now, when I pass by that subway, I can't help but feel the cold breath of something unseen, waiting in the dark, ready to pull me back inside. I don't know if it was a ghost, a curse, or something far worse. All I know is that some places hold secrets so dark that curiosity can become your worst enemy. And that walk-in cooler was the last place I ever wanted to be again. The night. I started noticing the strange things about the restaurant's bathroom as a night I'll never forget. At first, I thought it was just a trick of the mind, stress from the long hours and the constant rush of customers. But soon, what I dismissed as imagination turned into something I could neither explain nor escape. We worked late shifts in that restaurant, the kind where the kitchen hums quietly after the dinner crowd leaves, and only a handful of us remain to clean and close up. One evening, while we were shutting down, my coworker whispered that the women's bathroom was locked tight and that she heard terrifying screams coming from inside. I laughed nervously, thinking it was a joke or maybe the wind rattling the door. But then, the bathroom door suddenly swung open by itself. A cold mist seeped out from the gap beneath the door and spread silently across the tiled floor. I watched, as the fog curled around our feet, a chill creeping into the air that wasn't there moments before. Drawn by a mix of curiosity and dread, I cautiously stepped inside. The tiles were slick with moisture, but what truly froze me in place were the deep scratches gouged into the white walls just outside the bathroom. They looked fresh, raw, angry lines that stretched from the floor up toward the ceiling, smeared with what appeared to be dried blood. The coppery scent of iron filled my nose, making my stomach churn. Inside the bathroom, the atmosphere thickened. The harsh fluorescent lights flickered, casting distorted shadows across the cracked mirror above the sink. As I glanced into it, I noticed something horrifying. Words written in a deep crimson substance streaked across the glass. "They will never let you leave." My breath hitched as the message seemed to writhe, almost alive, under the erratic lighting. Before I could react, the bathroom door slammed shut behind me with a force that shook the walls. I rushed to the handle and yanked it frantically, but it was locked tight. Panic rose in my chest as the air grew colder, the mist swirling faster, as if agitated by some unseen presence. From the shadows in the corner, a low, chilling laugh echoed, a sound warped and distorted, far from human. My heart pounded as I backed away, trying to find another exit or a way to call for help, but the bathroom was a maze of grimy stalls and shadowed corners. The laughter grew louder, filling the space until it seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. And then, from the farthest stall, the door creaked open slowly, revealing nothing but darkness inside. Days later, one of the regular customers vanished after claiming she had gone to the bathroom. Her friends reported that she never returned, and no one ever found a trace of her. The restaurant was forced to close temporarily, rumors swirling that the place was haunted by something ancient and malevolent. Some say that spirit was the woman who vanished, trapped in that cursed bathroom, her soul forever bound to the scratched walls and the bloodied message on the mirror. Even now, when I pass by that restaurant, I feel a suffocating dread wash over me. The memory of that night, the cold mist, the locked door, the sinister laughter, haunts my every thought. I know that whatever resides in that bathroom waits patiently for the next unsuspecting soul to trap within its walls, and I pray I never have to face it again.